What a beautiful thing, huh? Not guilty on all counts. Kyle Rittenhouse did not deserve the ordeal he went through, but he certainly deserved today's verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury pulled?
How about that, huh? 17, 18-year-old kid, all that pressure, the world watching. Good for him. Good for him. It's over. It's over. Whole life ahead of him. Now, fortunately also, no riots so far. Pretty peaceful outside the courthouse, and that is a good thing. I'm relieved that there's no violence, and I don't think there will be. Actually, the riots that we're all anticipating, I don't think they're going to happen. A couple of things are going on here. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, they're realizing, well, the guys Kyle Rittenhouse killed last summer, pretty detestable people. And they also happen to be white. Now, I have seen the media elevate and lionize pretty detestable people before, but it's harder to do than ever before to lionize and celebrate a white detestable person, all right? I think people have learned finally about these guys, and we won't see too much outpouring tonight, either in Kenosha or across the country. Hey, last year, it was pretty tough. It was on the heels of George Floyd. It was warm, by the way. It's cold right now. Also, the National Guard and police, they've been getting ready. Again, I just don't think we're going to see it, and that would be a very good thing. Again, with George Floyd, the protesters, the rioters, they had the element of surprise on their side. Minneapolis police, they'd never imagined that a group of people would take over the police station. No, they didn't see that one coming. So I think we're good, and that is good. But that doesn't mean the media. I have so much contempt, really, for how they handled this case. The mainstream media, they were so dishonest, starting with Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake, that incident brought on the riots that brought on the Kyle Rittenhouse matter. The media were so dishonest in how they portrayed this. They said it was white cops, black suspect, shot 7 times in the back. They left out anything else that complicated the narrative, the story they wanted to tell. Like the mother of his children was the one who actually called the cops, fearful that he was going to drive her car and crash it with the kids inside. He was a dangerous guy, and they never told us that. They never told us that. Also, Kyle Rittenhouse. What did I hear from the media? A white guy with a gun, a white kid. They definitely would have stopped a black man, right? No, that's not true. Wisconsin is an open carry state. And again with the suspects, one of them actually raped children. Did you hear that? Did you know that? Some folks in the media have been talking about it, but not many at all. And they also tried to make this a federal case. How many times did I hear that Kyle Rittenhouse traveled from Illinois to Wisconsin as if he were, I don't know, entering Iran or the former Soviet Union? They made such a big deal out of it.
Keep in mind that not only did Rittenhouse cross state lines into a community that was not his.
I'm going to take the law into my own hands and take a gun and in one case cross state lines with an illegal firearm and gun people down.
Kyle Rittenhouse was just 17 years old when he drove across state lines.
In Wisconsin, you have Rittenhouse, a white teenager who crossed state lines with an AR-15 style rifle, killed 2 men and wounded another.
He crossed state lines with an AR-15, threw himself in the middle of all this and started shooting people.
He just started shooting people. That's all that happened, right, Joe? That's lying. That's lying. And by the way, crossing state lines, big deal. Welcome to Illinois, right? You can cross state lines and not even realize you're crossing state lines. It's not that big a deal. And by the way, for him, it was maybe, given the speed limit, a 25-minute trip, maybe a half hour. It wasn't a big deal. Why the left, they're so concerned about crossing state lines? What about international borders? Why don't they care about that? State lines, Wisconsin, Illinois, the biggest deal in the world. But the Texas-Mexico border, that one is optional. All right, so the media and now the prosecutors. Yeah, indict the prosecutors. This guy, especially him, totally out of control when he picked up that weapon, put his finger on the trigger and aimed it. At one point, they said he aimed it at the jury. That's pretty crazy. And his conduct in this case was ludicrous.
Isn't it true when you would hang out with Dominic Black, you'd play Call of Duty and other first-person shooter video games?
Sometimes.
Isn't one of the things people do in these video games try and kill everyone else with your guns?
Yeah, in the video game, it's just a video game. It's not real life.
Understand that, Mr. Prosecutor? It's a video game, not real life. Really, that was very bizarre. The conduct of these guys, they were just not good lawyers. There's more.
And every day we read about heroes that stop active shooters. That's what was going on here. And that crowd was right. And that crowd was full of heroes.
Can we see one of the heroes? Here's one of the heroes. Before Kyle Rittenhouse fired a shot, he got kicked in the head. Kicked in the head, huh? Heroes, you're allowed to carry a weapon in Wisconsin. You don't run up and kick somebody. So, who else is on our list? Joe Biden. Kyle Rittenhouse, I hope he sues Joe Biden. There's got to be a case there. Back when he was running for president, he implied that Kyle Rittenhouse, without any facts, was a white supremacist.
Well, look, I don't know enough to know whether that 17-year-old kid exactly what he did, but allegedly he's part of a militia coming out of the state of Illinois. Have you ever heard this president say one negative thing about white supremacists? Have you ever heard it? That's the reason I got back in this race.
He got back in this race because of a lie he may have told himself. The media repeated over and over that Donald Trump never condemned white supremacy. He certainly did.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
He did. But you heard what Joe Biden said when he was running for president. What did Donald Trump say when he was president about this case? Very, very presidential.
Saying, are you going to condemn the actions of vigilantes like Kyle Rittenhouse?
We're looking at all of it. That was an interesting situation. You saw the same tape as I saw. And he was trying to get away from them, I guess, it looks like. And he fell. And then they very violently attacked him. And it was something that we're looking at right now, and it's under investigation. But I guess he was in very big trouble. He would have been. He probably would have been killed. But it's under investigation.
A far more reasonable, far more presidential answer from Donald Trump than from Joe Biden. Now that Joe Biden is president, he did release a statement. That was the wrong kind of statement, I believe. The verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included. Angry. We really want to talk about anger when we're worried about riots. I don't think that was the right call. Do you? Especially from Joe Biden, who said, what did he say? He'd unify all of us. It was the core of his essence.
Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this. Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation.
Yeah, but he's angry. He's angry. Hey, Judge Schroeder presided over this case, and he received a lot of criticism. I thought he did a fantastic job. I think he knew what was going on here. He saw the prosecutors for what they were, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for holding up under the pressure and making the right calls when he had to. As for what's next for Kyle Rittenhouse, who knows? He's going to Capitol Hill. Here, Congressman Gates actually offered him or is open to offering him an internship. We will see. I think we'll be hearing a lot from Kyle Rittenhouse in the future.